get ready to be blown away and to get effing real about some things, because my guest today is Lisa Cherney, and she is the queen of clarity, and she's been mentoring entrepreneurs for over 20 years, 6- and 7-figure entrepreneurs. And she's got a very successful podcast called the GFR Podcast. And she keeps it real with her 12 GFR Commandments. So we're going to talk all about that today. But before we do that, I want to share with you the theme for today's show, because it ties in so nicely with Lisa and what she does and what we do here at I Have Today. And the theme of the show is this: success doesn't mean happiness. Now, I know from my own personal experience that I worked in a very successful corporate career for 32 years, and that didn't mean that I was necessarily happy. You know, I don't know how many of you know me or know my background story, but I literally was living a life that was not authentic to who I really am. And what I'm doing now is so different. And let me tell you, I'm working so much harder, but I'm so much happier in my life because I'm living with passion and purpose. And I know Lisa's going to have a lot to say about that today. But before we get into that, I wanted to say that to you that, you know, we know the expression that success leaves clues. Well, guess what? Happiness leaves clues too. And for me, the definition of success is being happy, period. That's it. I mean, if I'm feeling happy, joy, and fulfillment in my life, and I'm helping women create that in their lives, or my kids are feeling that way, or my family, my community, I see happiness. That's the definition of success to me. So that's something that I just wanted to point out to you. And so what I'm going to share with you today first, before we get into our interview with Lisa, is what I want you to look at and consider are the 3 ways that you need to survey your level of success and happiness in your life. They're going to be illuminating questions. So we're going to do that first, and then I'm going to get into my interview with Lisa. So excited for that. Then we'll move into the Mentor Me Minute segment, which is where I take your questions either live here on Facebook or through the emails that we get all the time. We get your questions all the time, and I'm going to mentor you live for 1 whole minute. So think about, if you're here, say hello, say hi, let me know you're here, say your name, where you're from, and don't forget to ask your questions in the chat box so that I can coach you live on air during the Mentor Me Minute. And then we always end each show with a powerful mantra meditation. And what I do is I just tune into you and tap in, and I literally channel what's coming through me that's supposed to allow you to shift. And so that you leave the show feeling better at the end of it than you did at the beginning. But it'll also help you on a cellular level, not easy for me to say, a spiritual level, an emotional level, and a mental level, and really help you to anchor in whatever it is we're talking about on this day. And so it's very inspiring, it's very empowering, and it's very, very healing. So make sure you stay tuned to the very end of the show for that. And before I get into the content really quick, I just wanted to give a couple of quick updates about what's happening here at I Have Today. I'm very excited to be launching and hosting a 3-day live virtual event called the Have It All Life, which is going to be July 31st through August 2nd. And the beautiful thing about what's happening with COVID-19 and this pandemic and everything that's happening is we're all being forced to stay in and be in lockdown and stay inside. And it's the perfect opportunity for you to go inside. And so I wanted to host a live event, a 3-day live event, in-person event later this year. And obviously it's looking like that's not going to happen. And I thought about what I wanted to do and how I could really help and serve you in the greatest way possible. And that was to come up with this event. And it's called the Have It All Life, because it is my firm belief that you can be and should have it all. You absolutely can. There's no limits on you. You are limited by nothing. This is an infinite, unlimited universe, and this is your chance. This is your wake-up call. I mean, these are unprecedented times right now. So I wanted to come up with an unprecedented opportunity to give you an unprecedented chance and offer and ability to tap into you and what it is you really are here for, what it is you came here to do. There's a lot of questions being asked right now, and there's so many layers to the richness of what's happening to us on a global level right now. And so to be able to give you the chance to tap into you. And I call it have it all. And that's not materialistic at all. I mean, it certainly can be, but have it all means how are you living to your highest, greatest, fullest potential? How are you living an intentional life where you really feel happiness, joy, fulfillment in your life? And oh, hey, Danny, how are you? Nice to see you. Oh, thanks for that. You tackle the heart of the problems in your intelligent, glamorous way. Oh, you're beautiful. Thank you. Love you. Love you, girl. Thank you for that. But how are you, how can you do that? And that's what this event is all about. So what I'm going to do over the 3 days is, first of all, create an environment with you where I'm on stage or in the studio and you're in the comfort of your own home. Like you don't even have to go anywhere. You can go from the bedroom to the living room or to your office. But really take 3 days for you. It's all about you. Take 3 days to shut out the outside world and tune in and to tap into what brings meaning into your life. What is important to you? What do you really want and why it is you want it? And what I'm going to take you through is these clarifying questions over these 3 days. And then I'm going to take you through the 8 principles on how you can get anything and everything you want. And I mean anything and everything you want, because these 8 principles work for everything, for everyone. How fun and cool is that? So what we're going to do is we're going to have, actually, do we have a ticker for that, Kelly? You can register for that at Eventbrite. Right there, there's the ticker. And the link is called, the link is actually a bit.ly link. So it's bit.ly.com/DF virtual event for Diane Forster. So /DF virtual event. Now, I'm encouraging you to get in there early because we have early bird pricing going on. That's not going to last. It's only $97. So get in right away. And the reason why I need you to register right away, because as we're approaching July this week, is it's coming up quickly and I need to get your orders in right away. You need to make sure when you fill out and you register for the event, make sure you give me your full name, give me your email address and your shipping address, because I have an amazing wow box that's coming to you before the event. And we need to ship them out in time in order for you to get them. But you really want to make sure that you have the wow box before the event, because there's some really cool things in there that are really going to help you for the event. Okay. So register as soon as possible. Okay. I don't know where you are, what you're doing, but write down that bit.ly link, bit.ly, bit.ly.com/DF virtual event for the Have It All Life event that is created just for you, ladies. Sorry, guys, this one's for the ladies, okay? So if you're a woman that feels like you want more fulfillment in your life, you want to make a change, this is the personal development event for you. So I got some amazing speakers coming and it's full of surprises. So excited, and I can't wait to see you there, all right? So that's one thing that I wanted to share with you. And then the other thing that I wanted to share is we always do an intention statement. So while our theme of the show is success doesn't mean happiness, our intention statement always starts with I have today too. And so today's is I have today to live my truth. Now, my guest, Lisa Cherney, would probably say, I have today to get effing real, but it means the same thing. I have today to live my truth. You need to be living the most authentic version of yourself. When you are living the most authentic version of yourself, your life definitely gets easier. It's actually, I call it self. It gets simpler, easier, more lucrative, and more fun. Okay. So I have today to live my truth. And what we do is every week, my amazing Kelly, my MacGyver, she creates these beautiful wallpapers on Instagram at Diane Forster Official. If you go to my page there, you can find them. There's a tab that says wallpaper, and you just screenshot it and save it. And that way, the intention statement is your mantra for the week, and it gets to anchor in. So there's tons of them in there. We do them every single week. They're gorgeous. They're beautiful. She does an amazing job on that. But that is available for you too. So that's at Diane Forster Official on Instagram, and look for it where it says wallpapers. Okay. All right. So now let me get into the content really quick before I bring Lisa on, because I'm so excited to have this real conversation. And that I wanted to share with you was the 3 ways to survey your own success and happiness. Okay. So if you can write these down, great. If not, you can catch the replay. All right. And get them there. But I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions and be real. Get effing real with yourself when it comes to these questions. Okay. So question number 1 is this. Am I jumping out of my bed every day excited about the day in front of me? Am I jumping out of my bed every day excited about the day in front of me? Because if you're not, you are missing your life. I hate to say it to you, but you are missing your life. And that was me. And that's why that's the gauge for me. Like I jump out of my bed every day excited about the day in front of me, and I have my routines and my mantras and the things that I say, because I'm so excited that I get to do what I get to do. And sure, it's a lot of work. And sure, some days it's like, there's so much self-motivation that comes with it. But I say that every day. Like, I have today to love my life. Something really good is going to happen to me today. I can feel it. Miracles big and small. I notice them all. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. So I set the intention for that day to look for miracles. And I jump out of my bed excited about the day in front of me, because I had so many years where I didn't. I was exhausted. I would hit the snooze button as long as I could. I would literally be running for the train. Like it was not good. So ask yourself that question. Okay. Number 2 question is, when people ask me how I am, what do I say? When people ask me how I am, what do I say? Be real with this. Do you say, fine, oh, I'm great? Be honest with yourself. How are you answering that question? Because you got to keep it real. I mean, you really absolutely have to keep it real. If you're not okay, I know I talk a lot about language, and that you really have to be focused, be very careful about the words that you use and you choose, because we are magnetic attractors and law of attraction never shuts off. So be careful about it. But at the same time, you also have to be honest with yourself and be real, because if you're not feeling fine, or you're not happy, or something's going on with you, you got to be able to speak it, so that you can tap into the help and the support that you need to turn things around if you're not happy, and if you're not fine, or if you're not great, or if there's something going on. You got to be able to do that and keep it real. So that's question number 2. All right. And the last survey question is, when I get in my bed at night, do I reflect back on the day with gratitude and appreciation? Right? Do you do that? When I get back in bed at night, do I reflect back on the day with gratitude and appreciation? Sorry, I got to read my note down here. Okay. Are you getting into bed going, oh my God, thank God that day is over? Like, oh my God, it couldn't end fast enough for me? Or do you lay in your bed and, first of all, have gratitude and appreciation for your bed, right? Oh, thank God I have a bed to sleep in. And then do you look back and find those 5 things, like Oprah says, that you can look back and be grateful for that happened in the day, or show appreciation for what you experienced in the day? Or are you just glad that the day is over? Or you're not even consciously aware of it. You're just so on autopilot and program. You're just going to bed. that is a telltale sign. You want to be able to start your day with excitement, enthusiasm, and even if you have to fake it for a little while just to get that habit muscle going, be honest how you're answering the question, how are you doing? And then when you get in bed at night, look back in gratitude and appreciation, at least 5 things. 10 is great, 20 is awesome, of things that you could be grateful for. And this is a gauge for you to measure how much success and happiness you're living with in your life. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Ask yourself those questions, be honest, and survey yourself. And hey, if the answers, you didn't like the answers to those questions, you're going to like what Lisa has to say. Number 1 and number 2, definitely register for the Have It All Life event, because we're going to break down so many other things and help you get the clarity, focus, and direction you need so that you're future forward facing, not living in the past with regret, guilt, shame, any of that, but you're focused on your future and you're empowered and intentional in creating your future, because you are the only one that gets to do that. No one else gets to do it for you, and no one's going to give you permission to it. So, all right. So with that said, I want to welcome my guest, Lisa Cherney, to the show.
Hey, Diane.
Hey,
so good to
Lisa.
see you.
So great to see you. I'm so happy that you're here today.
Me too. Me too. And your intention that you set, I said, I don't know if she's going to ask me to articulate an intention, but it's almost the same. The one that I was going to say and the one that you said, which I love, to live my truth. And I have today to speak my truth.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I could not wait to have you on the show, because I know there's so much symmetry between us, and we're just aligned on so many levels. And I'm just thrilled and honored to have you on the show today. So, and thanks for getting gussied up for me on a Monday morning, because
you're very welcome. You saw my Facebook post. You're very welcome. I know. It's love right there. That's love.
that is love. All right. So before we get into the interview, I want to share with the audience a little bit about you. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So you guys get ready for this. Okay. So Lisa Cherney, hang on, I got to grab my glasses. Font's a little too small.
Girl. Me too.
All right. Lisa Cherney has been mentoring millionaire entrepreneurs for over 20 years. She's the host of the groundbreaking confession-based GFR Get Effin' Real podcast and creator of the 12 GFR Commandments. I can't wait to talk about them. I have them printed here. It's amazing. In 2014, after 15 years in business and speaking on over 750 stages, Lisa Cherney got effing real and dismantled her successful 7-figure business as the juicy marketing expert. She learned that just because something is successful and people like it doesn't mean you have to keep doing it. She always knew she had a low tolerance for not being happy. After all, she has left a successful corporate career with companies like AT&T and Lipton at the age of 28. But now she knows her mission is to help soulful entrepreneurs, GFR, so they can get out of their own way, help more people, and make more money. Love it. I love what you do. All of that. Amazing. Amazing. So, all right. So I guess really where I want to start is what happened for you? What was that moment? You had this amazing, successful career. And I've listened to your podcast, seen your side. You're a rock star. Amazing dynamo woman out living in your truth and authentically and keeping it effing real, which I love. So what was it? What happened?
Well, I want to say that I have not always been this dynamo woman, and I like to always set the context so that people don't feel so separate. Like, oh my gosh, she's up on the pedestal, she's saying all the things and doing all the things. And I have been in my own business for 21 years. So I have been on this entrepreneur journey of like waking up and reinventing and making sure that, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing for 21 years. And before that, I was in corporate like you. And so more recent makeover was where I was, finally got the t-shirt of the 7-figure business, right? This is like, we want the 6-figure and then we want the 7. There's always something, right? Talk
Right.
about, what does success mean to you? And I used to think that it was the money, and not even like I was super materialistic and I need lots of money, but because I was mentoring entrepreneurs, particularly, I was like, I want that credential, right? I want that achievement so that I could show people that it's doable, that they can have it too.
Yeah.
Except when I got there, it was a lot of work. And it was a lot. I liked the creation and getting there, but once I was there and I was supposed to just rinse and repeat, this is what they tell you, right? You should just create the thing and just keep doing, this, create the system, keep doing it. It wasn't as exciting for me, and there was a lot of moving parts and a big team and, hundreds of clients that, that were in my energetic orbit, even though I had a coaching staff and all that. It was a lot. And I just got real, and I was like, and I felt out of integrity because I was like, I'm really not having as much fun as I would like here. And the profit on the other side is real, you think if you make enough, it doesn't matter if you're not happy. Like, people talk about, clients that are paying the butt and they give them an extra tax of, higher prices. I'm like, no, that doesn't work. So it just started to not feel good, and I needed to get real with myself. And that's something I'm good at. So it didn't take me very long before I said, you know what, I can't do this anymore.
Yes. Good, but good for you. And living testament, because you're doing it for other clients too. And yeah, I hear that too. So many people chase the money, and it's not about that. It's about the happiness, the joy, the fulfillment. I think I said it at the beginning of the show, like when you're living an authentic representation of yourself and you're really true and honest and real, it's almost like you would do it even if you didn't get paid. Now, I know there's many things that I do. There's many things that I don't, but there's many things about this business that I'm building that I love. Like, I love doing this show. And have done it a lot for free, right? So I love that. And so, all right. So what I want to really get into with you is, well, I want to talk about the GFR Commandments. And I want you to share your version of what somebody does. What does it take to reinvent your life? Because I talk a lot about reinvention here too, and intentional living, but I want your perspective on that. So whichever way you want to go first, you tell me.
Yes. So I love the 12 GFR commandments are connected to your question. So
Okay.
The background on those is that a couple of years ago, when I really felt like something new was emerging for me, that there was like a new context for how I wanted to be showing up and serving in the world, I started to do sort of this audit of all of my 6 and 7-figure clients, and like, what were the things that really got in their way the most? And I am a marketing and selling and leveraging and all that expert, but it wasn't those things. It was all the stuff that got in the way of them doing those things, right? It was like all the beliefs and the old patterns, and but specifically, what was it that they kept saying? And so I started to do this just like inventory, and it came down to 12 things without really thinking about it. It was just 12 things that just kept showing up, kind of like excuses or issues. And so those became the 12 GFR commandments, but I didn't stop there, because just having a commandment doesn't help you as much as how to know if that's the one that's keeping you stuck. So each commandment has a confession question, or an inquiry question, if you will. Yeah. And so when people say, when you ask me, where do you begin to reinvent, or how do you begin to reinvent? It's like, okay, well, where are you not being real? Like, where are you hiding? Where are you not being honest with what's feeling good and what's not? It's not kind of like, what color is my parachute? What is my destined career? It's just like, what are the subtle things that you're just ignoring and you're pushing away? I would like look there first, and the GFR commandments are such a great diagnostic tool for that.
Yeah. Well, let me just show. I mean, I have a black and white copy. You have a beautiful color copy, and oh, there it is. Great. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a link for how you can get a copy of the 12 GFR Commandments at the end of the show. So we'll make sure to have that in the description, and you can certainly tell people how to do that as well. Okay. Yeah. Well. If you don't mind me sharing, I'm actually going to be a guest on your podcast tomorrow, and so I can't wait. And I looked at this list, and I was like, pretty much all of them, but my eyes focused like immediately. I went right to one. I said, "That's it. That's totally the one for me," because it showed up in so many areas of my life. So many. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I mean, but it was the one about trust. Trust yourself, trust your gut.
Yes.
That was the piece that was lacking in me. So yeah.
I'm looking forward to having you on the show. So we're recording the interview tomorrow just because I know this is live, but I don't do live, so it'll come out in a month or so. But so that's number 7, trust yourself, trust your gut. And then for those of you that are like, oh, I wonder if that's mine, here's the confession question. What is my intuition telling me? Mm-hmm. What does my heart say? Yes. What is my intuition telling me? What does my heart say? And even like I'm pretty good at this, but I even more lately, Diane, just like with the quietness that's been created from quarantine, all that stuff. I feel like even more and more I'm dropping into. I had an intuition about that. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Like I could just notice more and more of what I'm not listening to.
Yes. I'm experiencing the same thing. It's so interesting. What's happening too is, honestly, I'm getting more and more real too. And I'm really a very extroverted introvert. I mean, I do a TV show and a podcast and speaking on stage and all the things that I do, but I love my hermiting time. I love my alone time. I have to have that. And so when this whole thing came up, I was like, I'm actually kind of good with this. A lot of my business is virtual anyway. And I don't mean to, make it discount anybody else, what they're going through. Just that was the initial, I'm keeping it real. That was the initial response for me. And I thought, wow, this is even better because now I don't even have a choice. I have to do this. So I'm going to keep going deeper and deeper and deeper into what's happening, and layers of things are like peeling away, and so much is happening, and the intuition and the instincts and the clarity. I know you're the queen of clarity. The veil is being lifted. And it's so fascinating to watch what's happening to other people. Because I work with women. I know you work with both men and women, right? Probably mostly. Yep. Yeah. I only work with women now. That was my decision to be authentic to myself. And so initially when the whole thing happened, my pipeline dried up. And I, like a lot of people, they were like, I can't do anything right now. And I got a little freaked out. And so, but I was already in the works creating this group mastermind coaching program because I don't want to coach privately anymore anyway. So it was a chance for that to sort of reveal itself and propel me forward. And when I had that, my mind wrapped around that, everything came together so quickly because I got real about it. So there's so many, obviously, terrible things happening too, but so many gifts too, the silver lining in things. So is that happening with you too?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's such a great point that you're making. A little underscore is like when you do get real, even if it feels really hard, and like, even if you get real, I've kind of become a connoisseur of confessions, even if you just confess to yourself. And I love how you had the ticker, because the metaphor that I use is sometimes confessions just sort of cross your mind, and before you even they don't even stop long enough for you to. But if they stop long enough and you're willing to get real with yourself, it's amazing how you do know what to do next. But often we don't make the hard decisions, or we don't even confess because we're so focused on, well, what am I going to do instead? And what am I going to do next? And what would I do without that person? What would I do without that business? And what would I, so because we can't figure out, or we don't see what would happen next, we don't get real about what doesn't feel good right now. And so I'm just, I want to underscore how once you sort of got real, then you know what I mean? Like the next step, or the other thing that maybe was in the background sort of moves up.
Yes.
And you see it more clearly, but by just speaking your truth to even just yourself.
Yeah. And being able to let go, because there's a lot happening with a lot of people. I'm experiencing a lot, with clients, and I've hosted some webinars and done some speaking about how people are responding to all of this. And there's a lot of emotional stuff coming up for people, things that, me too. And I've got these battles happening and these things breaking down, which I'm usually I've had a lot of them. So now I know that I'm kind of prepared, but even some of them are blowing me away. Like, where is this coming from? Why is this happening?
I thought that was over with. I thought I dealt with that. Yes, I've had that too. I'm saying it's like we're coming back around for a deeper cut on things, like it just feels like we're being invited just to go deeper, go deeper. For those of us, and I think it's those of us that are leaders, influencers, people that others look to, we're being called up, and so are all the people that we help. They're being called up.
Yeah. Yeah. So, who is your ideal client? I mean, I know who they are, but are they new entrepreneurs, or they're successful entrepreneurs who want to get to that next level?
I wouldn't even say they're successful, which I love, talking about, what success means and doesn't mean. And I would say, so the people that I work with now, I call them that they are in an unmentor season. So, when we're new, we need a mentor to kind of show us the way, give us the system. We don't want to follow the steps. I want to learn from your mistakes. When you're in an unmentor season, you're kind of over that. You're like, I want to learn from my own mistakes. I want to get out of my own way. I want to say no to things. I don't want to gather all the things I possibly can. I want to curate and say no to things. And so that's who I work with, people that are in an unmentor season, and they're really wanting to ultimately trust themselves more, their business decisions, their meter for what feels good really needs to be much more finely tuned, and they sometimes need to have difficult conversations. So I still am an expert in sales and marketing and leveraging and groups and high ticket and all the things, but I am really helping people focus on making sure that whatever they do feels good. They're having fun. They're following the juice. They're listening to their intuition. And then it's amazing with this COVID time. I mean, I'm working with about 20 people real closely. I don't do group coaching anymore. I just do one-on-one intimate. And then I have the people that I work with one-on-one are also in groups, but very intimate, because there is when you're in that more unmentor or mature season, it's like a day-to-day practice, right? Like meditation is a practice. It's a day-to-day practice. Like, is this feeling good? Am I just doing what I thought I should be doing, or what this third step of that system is? Or am I really doing what feels good right now? Oh, I scheduled a Facebook Live. Does it still feel like I want to do that today? There's just so much when you want to feel good. There's so much to embracing the flow. And, really connecting in. So that's who my ideal clients are, all craving that. Like, they know they want something, a next level, a quantum leap, whether that's joy or success or money, but none of the other old stuff is really working. None of the old systems and even mentors are working. They're looking for something else, which really winds up being them. And I just help them look at themselves. I take the camera and I help them turn it around to look at themselves.
So you are that answer for them, and you help facilitate that, which is amazing. You've got a beautiful niche there and really helping serve. And I love that too, because I'm a creator. I'm a visionary. I'm a big thinker. I love the creative part. I can't stand the numbers part of it. And honestly, with the background in advertising and television sales, I don't even like the marketing part anymore, because I feel like I did so much of that. And I learned the hard way. I really tried to do it all. I thought I could do it all, Superwoman. Of course I couldn't. And being able to release that and let that go and flow and be able to go, wait a minute, I thought I wanted to do this thing. Turns out not so much. I really don't want to do that thing. And you're right. You have to be able to really stick with your being real, getting effing real, being real all the time, and remembering your why. Like, why am I doing this? Oh, wait, I'm doing this because it's bringing me happiness. Or it's supposed to be, right?
Right.
It's bringing me joy, and it's fulfilling to me. And, those are the answers that you want, because the money does come when you're doing that. Don't you believe that?
Yes,
the money
I
comes?
do.
I mean, here we are in this time, and you've got a full roster of clients, right? And so that's fantastic.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes. Yeah. Just a little nuance, because I love what you're saying is, for the mission-driven person, which I know you work with too, like passion-driven, mission-driven, heart-centered.
Yeah.
Our work is so much a part of who we are. That also, I find the people that I work with, you could say the same thing, is like their work is so connected to their own healing. And
Yeah.
so that's a really important space that I hold for them, is like, where is this, you help people with anxiety. Okay. Maybe you need to up level your own practices. You help people with intimacy and couples. Okay. Where is this relationship that you have with this vendor that's totally dysfunctional? How does that apply to what you're doing? And I'm finding that there's a lot of up leveling happening, which, including myself, I'm needing to GFR at a much more deeper level than I ever have. And I feel like that also is catapulting us into this next season.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we hit that. And then it's time to, really take a good look at everything when it's showing up, and be able to get to that next level, new level.
That's what I hear that you're doing. That's what it sounds like you're doing.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of us are, So what's your biggest challenge right now? Be real.
Yeah. What's my biggest challenge? Well, I have a new mantra this week. I wrote it down while I was listening to the first part of the show, which is success for me is feeling good for no reason.
Oh, I love it.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
I took excerpts. I don't know who to credit, but it was inspired by a couple books I was reading. So yeah, success to me is feeling good for no reason. And so my biggest challenge right now is one that I'm choosing, which is to be as much in the flow in each moment as I can, using feeling good as my only compass. So not, I should call this person because that could follow up, and that could be a client, or I should do a live event. Like I had a colleague say to me, oh, you should do a virtual event. Everybody's, doing them. You should just do it. Don't you want a whole bunch of high-end clients right now? I said, no, actually I don't, which was so affirming, to say. So that is a huge challenge for me. Because it is, first of all, because it's so central to the space I want to hold for others. So I need to do it for myself first and foremost, like self-love, just like not judging what I did or didn't do that day, and just really trusting at a whole new level. And yes, the money will come, and I just cannot have that as a focus anymore. It just does not serve me.
Right.
And then it comes anyway. So yeah, so that's honestly my biggest challenge right now. Feeling good for no reason.
Feeling good for no reason. That's beautiful. I love it. As it should be, right?
Yes.
So, all right. I want to ask you that I ask all my guests this. And the question is, how do you live the I Have Today way? And can you do us a favor? Because if you don't mind, we're going to use this. We do I have today intention statements. So we gather them and we make montage videos and collect them from all over the world. So if you could start it with, I have today to.
I have today to speak my truth.
Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Right. That's perfectly in alignment with I have today to live my truth. Living and speaking it. It's great. I love that. And you got to be truthful. You got to be real. You got to be authentic with yourself. Now I can't remember where I read it because I'm always reading things too, but that every person struggles. There's not a person who doesn't struggle with mindset, with emotions, with memories, with negative feelings, with challenges, that we all have that. And so you got to be real about that in your life and not just be so, Pollyanna or pretending.
Totally.
Or worse, have it that it's going on and keep up this facade that it's not, because that's what I did. I kept up this facade and it almost took me out. So
yeah, and that's what my show is all about. It's all about struggle. So I love it because it's like, if you want hope, if you're going through struggle and you want hope that it actually you'll come out the other side and it's going to serve you and your work, come listen to my show. And all the episode titles focus on the struggle, like where people struggled. So like bankruptcy and divorce and like all of the things. So if you want some hope around your struggle has a purpose, come to the GFR show.
that is great. In fact, tell people how they can actually download your podcast. How can they find it?
Yeah, so my podcast is available on, all the usual.
Oh. Okay, hang on a second. Lisa froze. So it is called, while she's frozen, let's see what we could do here. Her podcast is called Get Effin' Real, and it's actually the word. Oh, okay. She disconnected, so hopefully she's dialing back in. So Lisa Cherney's podcast is Get Effin' Real, and it's on all the streaming platforms. Amazing show. So make sure that you subscribe to it and review it for her and check it out, because I think you're going to get a lot of value out of it. And let me also share with you, in case she's unable to hop back on, that where if you want to get access to her 12 GFR Commandments, don't look at my crummy black and white copy here. She's got beautiful glossy ones online. You can go get that at gfr.life/12C. We've got a ticker running across right now. Again, it's gfr.life/12C. Oh, she's back. Yay.
You did such a good job.
Well, you know what? This is, what professionals around here, right? We got to and pivot, although I'm doing these, but anyway. So I shared how to get your podcast, how to access your podcast, and how to get the 12 commandments. Perfect. So Lisa, will you please share, do you have any final advice, tips, anything that you want to share with the audience? Not to put you on the spot. But.
No, I was just really checking in to kind of just to build on so much of what you're saying around, like, that we have to be real, we have to speak our truth. And I just want to acknowledge, I know that is not easy, right? And so sometimes I feel like people it just feels so hard that they just discount it. Like, that's really great, ladies, for you, but I can't do that. And so I just invite you into the possibility that there might be little teeny tiny baby steps, like the tiniest of baby steps that you could do. It might just be writing something in your journal, and that's it. Even though it's the scariest thing to say, like, maybe the person you're with isn't the person you're going to be with forever, and it's like such a challenging thing to confess. Just start being real with yourself as a baby step, or in your journal, and take a look at those GFR commandments. The idea is that you don't do them all. It's not a 12-step program. Just pick the one that resonates with you, and write about it, and just start there. Because it is, I know it's not easy, but if you just get started, it gets easier.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. You just got to start, right? Just start. Fantastic. Well, I've absolutely loved having you as a guest on the show, and I love everything that you're doing. Thank you so much for coming here and spending time with us. So appreciate you. And we will see you soon. Well, I'll be chatting with you tomorrow. So
I
I'm
can't
looking
wait.
for
Yes.
double
This is your
dose.
warm up.
All right. So thank you so much. Wasn't she amazing? God, I love the work that she's doing. She is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So make sure you get her 12 commandments. All right. So now we're going to pivot into the Mentor Me Minute segment. So if you got a question and you're live on Facebook, be sure to put it in the chat box. And here we go. All righty, here we go. Okay, so let's get our first question. All right, Kelly. Let's see who it is. Okay, how do I figure out what my purpose is? Amanda in Phoenix. Okay, Amanda, wow, this is great because we were talking a lot about getting real. So if you've got to ask that question to me and you're asking it to yourself, that's number one, a great start. That's great because I say awareness begets change. And once you're aware that you're not feeling like you're living a life on purpose, that's the first step is the awareness. And then you have to step into action to make the change. And so what I'm going to actually recommend is my 10 Days to Your Passion and Purpose program. It's a great way to get clear on what your purpose is and so many other great things. It's 10 days. And tell me what the link is again for that. It's okay. It's at dianeforster.com/PPP, Passion Purpose Program. Okay. And actually day one, so every day for the 10 days is 10 words, 10 questions, and 10 exercises. So simple, so clear. It's going to take all that stuff that's like eluding you and confusing and emotional and make it very, very logical for you. And day one is all about truth. So when you know and really ask yourself the right questions about what's really true for you and why, you're going to understand. And then it's just going to lead into the next day and the next day and the next day. So I'm going to recommend that. And it's $10. I mean, the price is right. So the 10 Days to Your Passion and Purpose program will really help you get clear on purpose. Okay. And again, dianeforster.com/PPP. Okay. All right. What time is it? Okay. We got time for one more question. All right. Okay. This is Tammy. All right. I've been working at the same job for 30 years and I'm ready for a change. What do you suggest I do? Okay, Tammy. Oh my gosh. Well, I worked in the same industries for 32 years. I spent the last 20 of my corporate working days at ABC, Disney ABC. So I can actually speak from my own experience. And plus, I've helped so many other women reinvent their lives where they were doing the same thing for many, many years and wanted to make that change and do something that had more meaning and purpose in their lives and happiness. Remember, we're talking about success doesn't mean happiness. So we want to stay focused on that too. So, oh my gosh, the first thing I'm not trying to make this all about me today, but these questions are coming at me and there's a reason why you're here asking these questions. You need to come to my 3-day live virtual event, the Have It All Life, to figure out what that next step is for you. Because here's the problem. You can stay stuck in a life, I call it a ho-hum life of mediocrity, right? It's mediocre. Where nothing is necessarily wrong, you're just not really happy. And what you're saying to me here is you're ready for a change. And it's not what I'm picking up energetically from you. It's not like, you're screaming to get out of there. You're just itching to get out of there. You're itching to do something. So the timing is right. And now, again, unprecedented times, unprecedented opportunities to make the changes that you want to make. So if you're ready for a change and you don't know exactly what it is, please come to my virtual event, the Have It All Life virtual event, which I don't know, do we have a ticker for that, Kelly? Which we'll make sure to run that. Come to the event. Please come to the event so that you can get the answers and the clarity that you need to figure that out. And then I'm going to give you the 8 principles on how to get there. It's all easy. It's easy, easy, easy once you have the formula right in front of you. So if you're ready for a change, then take the 3 days in July 31st through August 2nd to come spend that time with me and a group of amazing other women built in community to help you and guide you for what is that next change for you. Okay? All right, so I want to thank you so much for that question, Tammy. And I've seen my comments here. Oh, hi, Bernadette. Hey, Mark. Hi, Jack. Hey, Jane. Hi, Silka. I thank you so much. Amazing. Thank you guys so much for being here. I don't know why I can't see the comments on the screen. Kind of frustrating. I saw Danny's here. Love that. Oh, it's in a watch party. Okay, that might be the reason why. Okay, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the mantra meditation segment of the show. And I'm sorry, I forgot. We had Tammy and who was the other one? Amanda. Mm-hmm. Forgot her name already. You know what? I'm going to send you both an I Have Today mug, but you have to send me a private message on Facebook. Send me a PM with your full name and your shipping address so we can get it out to you. Okay. All right. And those mugs will come directly to you, and you could start every day saying, I have today to love my life, which I'm about to say right now. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the mantra meditation, and then I'm going to do a quick wrap up. So what I want you to do is get comfortable, okay? Put your feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes. We're only going to do 2 deep breaths today because I think we're pressed on time, right? I get till 56 minutes, right? Okay. 59. Okay, until 59. Okay, so all right. So taking a deep breath through your nose, then hold it for a second, and then breathe it out like you're blowing out birthday candles, like this. Do it one more time. Deep breath in. Hold it for a couple seconds, and then blow it out. And just listen to the words. I have today to love my life. Something really good is going to happen to me today. I can feel it. Miracles, big and small. I notice them all. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. I have today to live my truth and live in happiness, joy, and fulfillment. I have today to figure out what happiness means for me, what brings meaning to my life, what my definition of success is, and how I'm keeping my life real. Real for me, an authentic expression of myself, my worth, my values, the things that matter most to me. I'm not going to do things to please other people. I'm going to do things that please me first. And that doesn't mean that I don't care about people. I absolutely do. But I'm here to be selfish in a really good way. My life is supposed to be simple, easy, lucrative, and fun. And I came into this earth as one. I'm leaving it as one. And my role and opportunity while I'm here experiencing the human experience is to have a life filled with happiness, joy, and fulfillment. The definition of success is being happy. And I'm going to be, do, and have everything I want that is an authentic expression of myself. What is real for me and what is true for me. So on this day, all day long, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, I'm going to stay focused on that mantra of I have today to live my truth. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, you can open your eyes. Live in your truth. Remember, success doesn't mean happiness. Happiness is the definition of success. I want to thank Lisa Cherney, my amazing guest, for being on the show today, keeping it real. Don't forget, register and attend the live virtual event, the Have It All Life live virtual event. We'll have information in the description box. Follow me on social media at Diane Forster Official, and on YouTube and Facebook at I Have Today with Diane Forster. And we'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for being here. Bye-bye.